say you wear it tomorrow, because the day after we'll be saying, I was just with him yesterday. I'm a block away from...
It's the pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And Memphis is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Grizzlies will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Well, Coach Dave Yeager on the bench for the Grizzlies, as always. He's a coach who completely embodies the roster and franchise that he works for. Kenny, what can you say about Yeager's approach and how he handles his team?
He's not a guy that's going to be flapping his arms around. He's very quiet, hardworking, probably overlooked on how good a coach he is because his demeanor is so calm. But he's got a very practical approach, everything he does. He's not flashy, but he's very effective, guys.
He embraces analytics. And he wants things to be backed up with facts when he's making his decisions.
Do you embrace analytics as well, Dr. O'Neal?
No, I do not.
Why not?
No such thing.
What do you mean?
No such thing.
Sure there is.
It's not.
There's advanced stats, analytics.
What did you look at? What did you look at?
Smats.
What did you look at?
I looked at you in your eye.
And said if you could play, you could play.
I looked at you in your eye and determined if you were going to be barbecue chicken, fried chicken, or souffled salmon.
When you look at me in my eye, what do you see?
Lasagna.
You guys are making me hungry again.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
You look Italian today, Ernie.
It's in. Live on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's Western Conference NBA action, the Memphis Grizzlies here at home. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs. And that loss puts them in danger of being swept in the season series here. So, to say the least, they'd like to avoid that.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Pau Gasol is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at point guard. And it's Conley penetrating from the baseline. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Conley.
And Marc Gasol has become one of the league's most proficient post scorers. I mean, how about the footwork on that low block? He is a load down low.
Here's Gasol, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Conley into the lane, using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Dave Yeager. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now here's Allen. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio. Gasol setting the pick for Allen. The pass to Randall from 10 feet out, and the rejection by Leonard. Grizzlies on defense. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Oklahoma City.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Green kicks to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Parker passes to Leonard. Gasol dishes to Leonard. Back to Gasol. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. They kick it out to Green. Outside Leonard. From deep three-point range. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here's Conley. Just could not put it together in that loss to San Antonio. It's deflected, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Offensive rebound.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Here's Gasol. He had 10 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
But they get it back. Another shot. And the layup is good. Gasol's got 6 points.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Conley with it. He's picked up by Parker. Leonard against Randolph. Banked in off the glass. Randolph's got his first basket.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Here's Parsons following the bucket by the Spurs. Clock at 6. And that's off the glass and in.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
Oh, and here comes Conley all alone. And that one's good. Conley's got his second basket of the night. Spurs leading by 6. And here is Parker playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Out to Parker, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Randolph.
And checking out the stats for Aldridge. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. Averaging about 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy. All elements working together. The game is coming easy to him right now.
Leonard, no luck.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Here's Gasol. No good. Aldridge with some nice D. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Parker against Gasol. On the wing, Green. The dish to Gasol. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Gasol, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Parker passes to Aldridge. Green dishes to Aldridge. Knocks it loose. Aldridge with a screen on Conley. And Parker, here we go, comes up empty off the pick.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Green, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. Here's Allen. Can't hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding. As we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Allen with it. Picked up by Ginobili. The feed to Conley. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Conley's got 6.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive.
Now here's Conley. He has 6. Green gets to Conley. Gasol a screen. Parker against Conley. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Pass to Aldridge. Parker outside. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Parsons' shot is off.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here is Conley following the score by Tony Parker. 1:30 left in the first. Green with a screen for Parsons. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Gasol against Duncan. Gasol goes in, up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Davis is checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Parsons, and Bees subbed in for Mike Conley. Then for the Spurs, Lee's checked in for Aldridge. Bertans comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. Now here's Ginobili. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. That's good.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
And that one's good. Allen's got his first points of the game. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Mills passes to Ginobili. Feeds it to Mills. Duncan outside. Ginobili against Allen. Launches a 3. Nice shot by Ginobili. And the Spurs lead by 11.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Greg, that's already 5 made triples in the first quarter. What a start.
Kicks it to Davis. Pass to Carter. Nobody near Allen. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Gotta have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And the Memphis Grizzlies play a physical, aggressive style of basketball. Point guard Mike Conley.
We play a gritty grind, slow-paced and defensive.
All you have to do is hear the words gritty grind, and you know we're talking about the Grizzlies and their old-school blue-collar approach to the game.
Yeah, Kevin, and also don't forget the hard hats, because they bring those every time they take the floor. I mean, they carry that lunch bucket as well. And Mike Conley would be a leader on anyone's construction crew. This kid is as hard-nosed as they come.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Be out there with Tony Allen. Then there's Carter. Then there's Davis. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Carter outside. He dishes it to Allen. And the Spurs pushing it up now. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Here's Randolph. And Davis, here we go. And boy, that... Look like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Parsons is checked in. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Leonard's checked in. And here's Mills for 3. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Davis sets a screen. Shoots off the screen. Great D that time from Leonard.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for Davis, and Mike Conley subbed in for B. San Antonio also making some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol, and Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. And Carter has it in the corner. Here's the 3. And Lee pulls. San Antonio leading by 7. Green kicks to Lee. The kick out to Aldridge. Parker dishes to Lee. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit here. I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Dishes it to Conley. Randolph a screen. Conley the pass to Gasol. There's the screen. Back to Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's now 8 points for Conley. Going over some of the quickest players in the league, you think about Mike Conley and Clark. What sets him apart is that he's always under control, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he takes great care of the basketball, uses the change of speed and hesitation moves to get where he wants to go. And he's masterful in getting into the lane and finishes with both hands.
Passes it to Gasol. It's deflected. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Really left alone that time. Carter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. Carter kicks to Randolph. Outside Conley. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul.
They are really struggling with fouls, Kevin. It's still early, but one more foul, and they're over the limit.
Parsons against Leonard. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Parsons.
Oh, and look at how well he let him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Here's Aldridge. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Leonard. Knocked away.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Gasol up top. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And for those younger folks who might not be familiar, go online and look at some old clips of Vince Carter. In his prime, Clark, one of the great dunkers the league has ever seen.
And for my money, the greatest game dunk in pro basketball history belongs to him with Team USA back in 2000. Jumped over a 7-2 center and punched it on him. Hard to top that.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. Missed inside.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And you think back to Vince Carter starting his career with the Raptors, an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA selection, and he really introduced Canada to the NBA game.
Kicks it out to Parsons. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists in the game.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Parker with no one around. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And for Vince Carter, a superstar in his prime when he was with the Raptors, and his departure left some bad feelings there, no doubt, but you know, you think back to last season, though, in Toronto. They played a video tribute which brought Vince to tears. I mean, that was nice to see the reconciliation.
Leonard, the pass to Green. Out to Parker. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Aldridge dishes to Leonard. And the wide open shot from Green. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Green, he's checked in for Memphis. Then for the Spurs, Duncan comes in for David Lee. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. The Spurs have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Tony Allen's checked in for Vince Carter. Green kicks to Parsons. Green, the screen. Top of the key, Conley. 4 on the shot clock. Can't make good off the pick.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Shoots from the baseline, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Aldridge. And that's now 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Allen passes to Green. There's the double team with Ginobili. Here's Allen. Rebounded by the Spurs. Parker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ginobili against Conley. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Grizzlies have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Davis comes in for Marc Gasol. And Bees subbed in for Parsons. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Allen outside. He feeds it to Davis. And it's Conley penetrating. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. And that's 12 points for Mike Conley.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Aldridge lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Spurs lead by 8.
Oh, he's got such great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Now here's Conley, covered by Mills. To the left wing. This one for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. And part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Aldridge dishes to Mills. He had a nice open look right there. Mills has got his second bucket tonight.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Now here's Conley, covered by Mills. The pass to B. Green up on top. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Ginobili. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Pau Gasol's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Allen outside. He kicks to Davis. Back to Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Swiped it away. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Shots good by Mills. Mills has got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Conley with the 3. Shot is off. Manu Ginobili on the way. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's
Will pop a solid halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They lead by 15. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of...
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Excellent game we've seen from Mike Conley. 12 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
And so here's Memphis, down by 15. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Here's Randolph on the money from 12 feet away. Randolph's got the first bucket of the third here for Memphis.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets. But just one a minute.
And guys, as a second-round pick, Danny Green was once an afterthought out of North Carolina. Now, he's one of the most dangerous three-point shooters in the league.
You're right, Kevin. Throughout last season, and 42% from beyond the arc for his career. And great consistency, too. He's been over 41 every season for the past 4.
Allen kicks to Conley. This all setting the pick for Conley. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Green leading the charge.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. Talking about Danny Green, he owns one of the better field goal percentages for a volume three-point shooter in the league. And he's a marksman at the charity stripe, too. A valuable role player for any offense.
Here's Parker. Green passes to Aldridge. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Stolen by Randolph. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way. And the rejection by Leonard. It's 2-on-1. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Aldridge has got 5 assists tonight. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half.
And when you think about Danny Green, he doesn't just hit from downtown. He does it when it counts. Go back to that NBA Finals back in 13, and he made a total of 27 threes, smashing that previous record of 22, and that's coming up big in the biggest moments.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And, Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
7-foot shot. That's good from Gasol on the assist by Allen. Allen's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Parker double-teamed. Gasol on the high post. Here's Aldridge, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
And it's Conley penetrating, and that one's good. Conley's got 14.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Aldridge is screening. To the inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Conley against Parker. Inside. A jump hook, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Randolph can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
Gasol a screen. Conley dishes to Allen. To the paint to stop the run. Second shot opportunity, and it's Gasol getting it to go. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Gasol with the steal. Conley with it. He's picked up by Parker. And Marc Gasol again. Gasol's got 16 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence. And the Grizzlies, guys, a powerful post-play team. Mike Conley, though, is still the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he may be the most underrated point guard in our league. His quickness and ability to penetrate the lane brings a great balance to their offense.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Davis comes in for Parsons. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Allen. And Bees subbed in for Mike Conley. Lee. Here's Gasol. And at last, they get one to fall. He's got 10.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And Conley at 6'1", about 175. Pretty slight frame, but Clark, he doesn't get pushed around.
Well, he embraces the team's tough defensive style. He gets into you, racks up steals, and he's really a committed defender.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've repeatedly gotten out on a lot of baskets in transition.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Releases from 15, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Ginobili's got 11.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Green against Carter. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here comes San Antonio. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
What a game for Ginobili. He has 11 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Both free throws good from Ginobili. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that player.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factoring all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA. Here's B, and the layup's good off the glass. B's got 8 points.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Mills with it. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. That's good from Ginobili on the assist by Mills. 16 points for Manu Ginobili.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
And the shot is good. And that's now 10 points for B.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Lee passes to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gasol no good.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the catalyst role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
B covered by Mills. 13 feet away. No good from Gasol. San Antonio's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Lee dishes to Green. Off target from 3-point range. Now Carter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Carter with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Jordan Adams, he's checked in for Memphis. The Spurs also changing it up. Duncan comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Bertanis in for Daniel Green. Here's Mills. 6 points for him. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. They get a hand on it. Mills with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Mills has got 8 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third. Offensive rebound. Pass to B. Takes a 3. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Duncan down low. Guarded by Green. And Memphis called for the foul.
That's his third personal foul.
12 seconds left in the third. Lee left side. From 11 feet away, the shot misses. Carter can't get it to go.
All right, Memphis, you got your Grizz girls on the court.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And San Antonio shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Ennis out there with Zach Randolph. Then there's Z. Then there's Davis. And it's Adams in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Davis kicks to Adams. The dish now to Randolph.
San Antonio foul. His first personal foul. Shooting for Memphis.
Free throw drops for Randolph.
2 shots.
And Randolph drops them both.
So far in the game for Randolph, he has 8 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
And in the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
That free throw, no good. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Chandler Parsons comes in for Davis, and it's Troy Daniels in for Adams. No good on the second free throw.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
Randolph a screen. Nobody near Parsons. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
And Anderson kicks to Duncan. Tries from the block. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star. I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And Mills kicks to Simmons. And there's the feed to Duncan. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Tony Parker's checked in for Patty Mills.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. Right wing. Here's Simmons. That's tipped. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Harrison. Feeds to Ennis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Daniels, no good. Getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just sided
well said
on the floor.
You're right. You're so right. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after he's reshaped his body. He has got a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw in the playoffs last year Greg, I think, he probably...
We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Here's Parker. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Harrison. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Shot from the inbound. And it's good on the layup. And it's 6 points for Z.
Getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day. In talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. But you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
Some changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ennis. Allen comes in for Troy Daniels. And it's Conley in for Harrison. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Conley the pass to Randall. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. And that's 10 points for Zach Randolph.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Conley kicks to Allen. Anderson with the block. Here's Leonard, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And Simmons kicks to Parker. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
They double-team Conley. Ball's knocked loose. And it's blocked. Kicks to Simmons. Back to Anderson. Parker against Conley. And that one's good.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Here's Parker, and he lays it up and in. Parker's got 10 points here in the second half.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference. 7
straight fast break points, Greg. They've got the defense gasping for breath right now.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Carter comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Bees subbed in for Mike Conley. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard attacking. Count that one.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Green, the screen, and Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Parsons checked in for Tony Allen.
14 foul. Checking in for your Grizzlies, Chandler.
Passes it to B. Gasol's in the post. Clock at 6. Carter dish it to Green. On its way from Parsons for 2. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Outside Leonard. There's the 3. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
2 minutes left.
Parsons against Leonard.
Take a look at what Parsons been doing. He's got 13 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Carter, the pass to Green. Green, the screen. Pass to Parsons. Outside Carter. That's good.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving, and guys were knocking down shots.
Well, in a dominant year where we've watched this team battle night in and night out all season long, this will bring their win total to an impressive 69.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
That's impressive on one side, but embarrassing on the other side, Greg.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Parker. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Aldridge kicks to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. He dishes it to Dedmon. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
B, he's covered by Anderson. Now here's Parsons. Fires the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Anderson dishes to Aldridge. And Leonard has it in the corner. Rejected by Gasol. Carter drives in. Oh, that's blocked. Anderson outside. Leonard with no one around. No good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something.
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker. And Tony, there was an intensity to the way this team played. Were you guys amped up?
We were motivated tonight. You know, today we want a mission. We want to make us.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move LaMarcus Aldridge. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
I won't